Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I'm trying to get my YouTube to turn on my TV. What the heck was that? Did I just do something wrong? Let me see. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just don't want to waste my time. I should have had it already ready to go to my channel, but okay. I'm so sleepy this morning. The dogs kept me up. Now I'm nauseous and freezing, and they got no cover over here. One thing after another. Okay. So let's see what volume is on. I don't think that's fine. Hello? Can anybody hear me? I don't hear that. Sure. Hold on. Let me get this microphone. Can anybody hear me? Yeah, okay. This microphone was, I left it in the not in the microwave, in the, I lost it for almost a month, and when I found it, it was in the bottom of the washing machine. But it still worked, but I thought it still worked, but now I don't think that it works like it's supposed to, maybe. But anyway, I got some footage here to review, and I thought maybe I could catch some of you guys awake if y'all wanted to check it out with me. I never get to talk to y'all or see y'all anymore. Feel like I don't know, like the family's falling apart. So the cryptids have been crazy, coming out of the woodworks, literally, um, especially at Robbie's. So you should be able to see some. I think I've got how many? One, two, three, four, five, five lined up. Of different lengths, maybe like from 2 minutes to 7 minutes now. There's some feature. Hold on, let me show you all this right here. It's what is this thing called? Hold on. Video Control Plus. Okay. This extension, and you can do so much with it. Like, let me see. So I already got that turned up. The only thing I don't like it is when you use the virtual reality, it turns it back to its original color, which I don't like. And, see, look at all these cryptids. Y'all see the cryptids out there? That turning the contrast up did really good because it was so gray that day. I'm gonna rewind it. I wouldn't be a good. All right, let's go. Sorry. I'm gonna be quiet. Back up. There's one in the woods right there. And then there's one right there beside him. One right here. Y'all probably think I'm crazy, but I'm I'm not. I couldn't always make them out like I can now. It's been years of doing this every day. I know the shapes, and I know I can recognize them a whole lot better than I used to. There's one in the tree right there. I think there's a super duper tall one, or either two of them standing on top of each other, basically. I think there's one right there. There's no telling how many things are in those woods over there at Robbie's. There's no telling. There's one right there. So, see, that's what I'm saying. There's one here, and then there's one leaning that way. And there's one right there. And I can, now let me show y'all how I know. Watch. You can tell a lot better. I'm not, this is not fair to you. See what I mean by it turns it back to this is how gray the day was that day. This is in the wintertime, I guess. See if we can still make them out. There's one right there. See him? Right there. And then this little pond on the right here beside him. And there was one right behind it. Did you see the brown ones coming up there behind him? Yeah, you see it. I'm saying, just gonna pause it. Look around a little bit. love using this VR 360 thing because you can zoom in like that on live video. So, take it back. But anyway, they are right there. And then there's another one right here. Right here. And one of them's got a whitish face, and that one's got a way bigger face. That must be their youngin'. And there's another one there that's sitting on daddy's shoulder. Let's see. And this is not pareidolia. I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. Uh, See how it looks like a regular old woods when we zoom out, but when you zoom in, it looks crazy. That looks like a spaghetti forest or something. All right, let's get back to watching. Is that a skeleton right there? What is that? Hold on. Let's get back to the little walking thing. Is that one right there walking? That little man toting the log? He's got a log right there. His arms going across the top of it. There's his head. There's one foot. There's one foot. They dragging some too. Go ahead and walk. There's short ones. There's little tiny Bigfoots. Teeny tiny little Bigfoots. Slow it down a little bit more. Get back up here where the picture's at. Let's see this. I want to see that little guy. Oh, he's got somebody helping him now. There's one right there in that tree. What was that? So that's my paper airplane. If y'all hear me vaping, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to blow into the microphone. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, I didn't even see y'all. Oh, I forgot to turn my chat on over here. Okay. I know that's right. And we love God. I'm so grateful that God chose me to be one of the people that was going to have faith in Him, and have my name in the book of life. Crazy as the world is today, I just think. But I just pray so hard for God's will to be done because I know it's His will that none of us should perish. I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. I can't complain, not at all. My knees hurt. I'm going to complain about that constantly, but otherwise, let me speed this back up. Otherwise, I'm good. I hit it. It's just coming up. Oh no, because it thinks I'm okay. Let me get back over here. That's why. There, now it's picking up. But I just wanted to give some video review in before I'm about to go to the store and get me a soda in a minute and go start painting my house. And I wanted to talk to somebody this morning and look at some Bigfoot videos. So, hey, Tech. I forgot. Well, I might have known your real name, but I forgot it. I did. I'm sorry. I forget my own real name sometimes. I have forgotten my real name before, and like in public, especially. There's one right there. Um, like in public, I used to when I was younger get real nervous, and I don't remember what the situation was, but no, I had to tell what my name was, and I forgot. I could not remember what my name was for nothing. I get really nervous in public because something always embarrassing always used to happen to me when I was young, and I had bad self-esteem problems when I was a child. And I picked on all the time. Ew. Just thank you. So I guess that's y'all popping into the chat and it's making that ringing noise. Do y'all hear it? on y'all's TV, or am I the only one that hears it? Oh, that was your other name right here. What the John 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 Van Pelt? That's your name. Oh, you accidentally came into the chat under that one, and then you switched to one I would know you under. I do that sometimes whenever I go into Charles's chat, and I'm accidentally under Bigfootology, and then I'll switch and get back under Pedro. Now, let's speed this up a little bit. How long is this video? Oh, that looks like a spaghetti forest when you zoom in on it. Look here. I see somebody right there. Right? Yeah. Let me get that seam out in the middle of the screen. Go that way. Let's talk more about you. Uh, dude. So Jillo lives in Ohio with Charles. Do any of y'all live in Ohio also? And if y'all do, did y'all see that post I posted on ODU yesterday afternoon about Lex Wexner and Jeffrey Epstein buying Ohio, basically? And now Ohio is said like almost the whole state of Ohio is uh, belongs to a private. It's privatized, and yeah, so Jeffrey Epstein and Lex Wexner owns it's been turned into a 15-minute city. And it's so disgusting because basically our government has just basically sold us out to the highest bidder. And I think if we're ever going to get it under control, we've got to stop letting um, people and organizations funding their campaigns. That's all it is. Like when you got people donating $100 million to your campaign, then that's asking for trouble. That you're going to have to do favors for those people, and that's got us in this situation that we are in right now. But if we made it where the government was only the government was allowed to fund the campaigns, period, and not just the campaigns, but there you, we shouldn't have elected officials going from making $100,000 a year to being millionaires, like multi-millionaires in 1 year, when their Congress salary does not pay that much. You know, come on now, it's ridiculous. What they do is they go in the Congress and they sit there all day long and they come up with these prices that they got to create funds for. Like we're going to put $50 million in this fund and $500 billion in this fund for this crisis, and then they go home and they form uh, nonprofits and they apply for the funds that they just created that day. They're allowed to do that. That's so disgusting. Like literally, we had a congresswoman in Georgia do that. She got 50 billion. No, it was 20 billion. $20 billion. Stacey Abrams. They created the fund in Congress, and then she went home and she created a nonprofit and applied for those funds, $20 billion, and got them. Never had no experience in nonprofits, and I went. It was supposed to. Her nonprofit was supposed to put like energy efficient air conditioners in people's homes. I went to her website. They ain't nowhere on there. No way to contact them. No way to apply for to get your home updated with energy efficient appliances. The only contact was on there if you wanted to donate. That was it. It's like these people make me sick, bro. And they have sold us out and to some very dark people. And if we could get it like those, do some kind of emergency thing to for before the midterms come up and get it where they were not allowed to accept donations from outside parties, then maybe we could get some kind of fairness and decency back in the government. But otherwise, we're through, bro. We're gonna get nuked. You can only terrorize the whole world for so long, and before it's over with. Let's see what this. I don't know what this is. I'm just reviewing these, so I haven't seen these. Let's see. I don't want to watch that one. That one don't look good. Ay, ay, ay. oh, when he paid attention, just Soundwave on the government. They would give up in a red. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bust out laughing into the microphone. I hope that didn't hurt your ears. Lord, I know. Soundwavy. That's my buddy now. I used to get so mad at him because I would try to be nice to him and have like a conversation with him on Facebook. And no matter what I ever say to him, and when I'm being nice, he takes it the wrong way and he starts arguing with me. And I'm like, dude, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm literally agreeing with you, but he cannot comprehend that I'm agreeing with him, and it makes me so frustrated. I just end up hanging up on him. Well, did y'all see that? What was that? I'm thirsty. Hmm. I remember this day. This was. I mean, if I looked at the metadata, it was like 5 years ago or something. I was walking home and I got scared, like something was watching me. So I was trying. That's why the video's so shaky. I'm not really trying to make a video for y'all to watch. I'm just trying to scare the Bigfoots away with my phone while I'm running as fast as I'm not running, but I'm speed walking down the road. That was me. That was my hair. Because I'm pointing the phone backwards over my shoulder, trying to film behind me while I'm running down the road and like in a speed walk because I felt like something was watching me. I wonder. I wonder if I caught anything. It would be nice to catch something like Patty every once in a while. You know, it's bound to happen one of these days, you know. It is true, I know. You can't he's impossible to hold a conversation with. I'm like, "Bruh, I have to go with I have to go into, I don't know, my damn messenger, I don't think it does your messenger, delete your messenger history and it wants you to put in some kind of password or encryption thing to pull it up? I started saying to pull up some of my conversations with him and let you read them. They're ridiculous. It's literally ridiculous. I feel like I'm talking to an egg on infant or imbecile. When's the last time Charles has went? Anybody has he did any hunts lately? Have I missed anything? I don't know. I'm sure y'all remember whenever Jack and Charles split up, and if y'all know who I'm talking about, that's right. My friend from ODU in a channel called Outdoor University Online. But when him and Jack split up, Jack took the good phone with him. He's thinking. The conversation's popping up on the TV, but it's not popping up on my wherever this thing's called right here. What's this called? Oh, there it goes. He kept me up on the phone after 6 hours. What is that? Oh my god, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. I think you told me that one time before. I think you told me that. Oh, but all right. So, I was doing some research, trying to figure out. Okay, so you remember how clear the footage was when Charles and Jack used to started doing these hunts? Like it was pristine. Like it was no pixelation or nothing. And then when they split up, Charles's videos just been shit ever since. and that's not his fault. But like I spent hours and hours and hours trying to figure out how to like trying to research different devices. What was a good one? I tried to find out what kind of phone Jack had. Blah blah blah. And Charles said he found out, but the people at Verizon told him that the phone was outdated and they would not put service on that phone anymore. Well, that was bullshit because literally you could still buy that phone today and go put service on it. It was like a Galaxy. It was one of the S series. And so anyway, I was talking that Google told me the other day that like it was 4 different S series phones, like the older ones. Uh, I forget what he called them, but flagship. He said it had its flagship. I don't know, whatever software that the camera software in the newer phones. They they get confused in the woods and it can't focus because of all the leaves and the trees and all that stuff. But the old cameras had like an amazing ability to handle all the different stuff in the woods and focus on everything. It can focus far and near and midways and not get confused like these ones. And so I asked him which ones did it, and he told me like the cheapest one was like $110. So I wanted to buy one and send it to Charles because I feel like if Charles could get that good quality footage like he used to get, maybe he would not feel so like he might want to get back out in the woods some more because we're missing so much activity. I feel like the Bigfoots have just got bored or something with us. I don't know, but I sure would like to see them suckers again. Alright. How long is this thing? How far is it? Oh, I gotta speed that up. Let's see something. I wanna look at one of these. Yeet, look at that one. What about this one? That's dark, isn't it? I must have been taking this video at like 6 o'clock in the morning. But I think there's something in there. Let me see if I can brighten the screen up. If y'all's TV is dark, brighten your screen up. Because, or maybe I can do it with this thing. Hold on. Right here. Hello. Let's see. Pause for a second. Okay. Hell, bro. Look at damn dragons in the fucking woods at my house, bro. Telling you. Cross-eyed dragon. So, I had got out there and filmed it forever. Because my camera's been in the pawn shop for 2, 3 months. I need to go get it as soon as I can afford to. I will. It looks like there was one crawling right there, didn't it? Like a Bigfoot with a big fat butt crawling right. Let me see. Here's his butt cheek. There's another butt cheek. There's his leg. There's his other leg. There's its head, and there's one of its arms. Is that not? Is there not a big foot with a big fat butt crawling right there in the dark? Yeah, he does have an opinion. All right, let me see. So let me go find a video. Let's see. The baby's up out here in there with her mama. Let's see what these videos are. Um, let's see. I want to see which one. Try this one. See what that is. Shoot. Hold on. Let me see. Slow it down a little bit. Play that screen. This is at my trailer where I'm buying from my uncle. I hope this is the one. I think there's one right there, laying flat on the ground like a daggone pancake, and one back there somewhere, right there. I hope this is the video. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what's on it. I'm gonna show y'all. It's so weird. What the Yeah, you see that's definitely one. He's moved his head and looked this way. You see that? But they're so weird how they can daggone make yourself. I think they're like halfway clear. They can make yourself blend in with anything. Y'all seeing that move? And there's one back there, right there. And that's why I'm scared to go in the dark at night. Oh my gosh, I think there's a clear one right there. You see it? I think that's a clear one. I'm not kidding. I'm seeing it like right here. And it's coming closer and closer to the camera. Let me back this up for a second because it didn't look like that to start with. It looked like it was further back. Like it was just that hole in the woods. That's what it was something. To start with, I thought this whole entire shape might be a wood. I think there's a clear one right here. That's what's making it look so weird. Can y'all see what I'm talking about? But there's something there. Maybe is it? How early is it? What time is it? I'm only up because these dang old dogs woke me up whining like they had to go outside to use the bathroom. I took them outside. It's still dark to use the bathroom and then come back inside. And I'd be damned if the damn dog didn't shit the floor after we went outside for 10 minutes. I'm about to put that dog up for adoption is what I'm about to do. That pit boy, he drives me crazy. I just wish he would learn, listen, and do right. I got a little tiny puppy, and that puppy is perfectly potty trained. He will scream and holler, and let you know he's got to go to the bathroom. It's like it comes natural to him. This dumb pit boy over here can't get right. He get his ass taught with a fly swat every day, and he's gonna keep on doing it. Oh, that is so weird looking. Why is that grass and stuff doing that? Because I was going to tell you, the grass in my yard ain't that high. That grass stays cut. So I don't know why it looks like it's like that. That grass is always cut. My uncle is a weirdo about cutting the grass. And now look, I thought that was a big a while ago. That was like some kind of piece of plastic laying up there. Let this go faster. It's going way too slow. Ooh, there's one right there or something. It's holding its arm up, holding on to that piece of wood, I think. And now what happened? Did you see just what just happened? So it's obvious to me that the supernatural ones, they can they can intermingle themselves with the plant life, like with the vegetation, with the trees. It can be walking, and then it can go straight into a tree and then come out the other side of a tree. And the same thing, like with the leaves and vegetation. That sounds weird, but I've seen it too many times. Where I mean, it ain't my fault that it does that. I'm just saying the truth. That's what they do. No, I'm not saying the flesh and blood ones can do that, but the ones that's already died and the spirits, they can do that. That's what I think it is. I think it's all the ones that's already passed away that they can just inhabit all the wildlife, or they can be solid, or they can be not be. That's what I've witnessed too many times to count. Bud's Bud's dreaming. He's fixing to start hollering. "Arr, arr, arr." Where did I take this video? I ain't never seen this video in my life. Let's see. Wait a second. There's something sticking around the back of that tree right there. You see that? Keep an eye on that. That might be a real one, like a flesh and blood one right there, because that looks like curly hair. I see a lot of ones with curly hair around here, like kinky curly hair, kinky curly hair. They look like pop. They covered in popcorn. I think it's got his hand in a fist. It looks like a little fist right there. Grass keeps going up, and I'm buying goats to cut the grass. I heard ya. I want to buy some goats. I want to buy a cow. I want to buy some chickens. Lots of chickens because I mean, I love fried egg sandwiches. That's my favorite food, fried egg sandwich. And the dogs love fried egg sandwiches too, but uh, yeah, because I'm not. I seen a video like it's probably been a month ago now, and I posted it. Y'all might have seen it. Uh, uh, I guess it was where they a processing plant where they make sausage at. I used to love sausage. I will never eat meat made by any company that's not like a local butcher. Now, I might get a relationship where I trust a local butcher, but when I seen all that stuff coming through that conveyor belt out, like just coming down like fast as hell down this humongous chute, and just all kinds of junk and crap and literally rotten, old, gray, nasty, like corroded all over the sides of this thing, like it had never been cleaned in 50 years. And it's like in a dungeon, like deep under the ground, and the damn man is working down there with a flashlight. And then a whole hog, big as a damn truck, comes flying down that chute with his whole body intact, and it falls down that thing, and it grinds him up, grinds him up. And they ain't cleaned that daggone hog's intestines out. There was shit and everything in there. And I was like, oh hell no! You don't treat food that you prepare for human beings like that. You don't even treat food like that you prepare for animals. You know what I mean? Like that, whoever owns those companies, if that's the way they really prepare that food, like that I thought was a conspiracy theory when people talk about shit like that. No, I'm never eating no processed food again. Right now, I'm living off noodles till I can save up enough money to get some chickens. I'm telling you, that shit disgusts me. I can't even. My daughter comes home and she cooks every night, and I sometimes I think I might want what she's got until I go in there, and that's the first thing I think of when I seen that video. I was like, oh hell no, nope, 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 nope. No, I'm not touching it. It was the grossest thing I had ever seen. I could not believe that our government lets us eat this slop. But they claim to be like they tricked us by having like the FDA, like the Food and Drug Administration, all these by having these organizations with these names. You hear that and you think, okay, these people obviously they're in charge of making sure that our food and drugs are safe, right? Because they take on those names. That's the same thing the nonprofits do. They take on the names of these causes to trick us into thinking that they actually care about these fucking causes when they do not. All they do is enrich themselves and don't do nothing but act opposite of what they're supposed to do. None of that shit is regulated. Our food's not regulated. It's so damn poisonous. It's not even like allowed to dock. Like in the EU, vessels that have food made in America cannot dock at a port in the EU because our food is so toxic. And that's that's for real. I read that on like some of their I don't know something like the Ports Authority thing from some European country. I heard that on Tucker Carlson and I looked it up. I bet that sounds good. I love breakfast. I used to have breakfast at we'd eat breakfast all the time. My mom used to cook us breakfast at nighttime, like once a week. That was our favorite supper to have breakfast at nighttime. And I love sausage, like fresh pork sausage. And I'm not trusting no big company to make it because all they trying to do is make money. They don't care about obviously. And that's how they all do. They can keep that shit. They never get my business again. Never, 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 never. Let's see what this is. Oh yeah, we might see something on here. I just did this the other day. You turn that motor down, slow it down. Pause, um, Doritos. I seen that, like the little Frito chips that you can actually start fires with them. I used to when I was a teenager. I used to, those orange Doritos. I used to live off of those, Doritos and Pepsi. But they make me so sick on my stomach. They started making me nauseous every time I ate them. So I got where I didn't eat them anymore. I hadn't had Doritos now in years, but I used to eat them once a day. Just sit there and eat a whole big bag of Doritos and sit on the couch watching a movie. I want to go down here today. I might take the Starlink Mini. I got a thing where I can put it on my back and take the phone and go down here. And I really want to order that 100. If I got my school check today, I might be able to order me one of them phones that I was talking about a while ago that had the old cameras on them that don't mess up in the woods, and then I can do it. Cause I don't know how my new phone handles the woods. This Flip Six, probably not too good though. Let me see something. Uh, Probably home buddies right there. There's like somebody's right there. Let's see. I love doing this. That's why I like this app so much. For this extension, I can't believe that extension. This extension has like 110 features on it. It's amazing extension. All right, let me see. Let's see what they doing over here. Oh, there's one right there. Look, you see him standing up there on that limb walking. See his legs and everything. I wish I could zoom in more, but I can't. And then his little pod over here. I see him. Looks like he's got a body and arms and legs to me, just like that one does. Mhm. This girl thinks everything's Bigfoot. I actually don't. I just think Bigfoots are Bigfoots. That's all. You know, I do. I ain't ashamed to say it. I don't care who makes fun of me. Let's play it. Look at these. That looks like, ow, that looks like two glowing eyes right here. Could just be leaves though. Something's tickling my damn leg. Let me mash play. Tell me if y'all see something. I know. That's what I'm saying. That is so dirty. And it's so just and I'm in a bad mood this morning, but the whole it's just deplorable. Like they have tricked us for so long into thinking that for the most part, like our government and like these the people that we've held up as like pillars of our community, we really fucking idolize the wrong people or just put the wrong people in authority. These people are disgusting. They're all corrupted by money and greed and power because they like just say the the opioid crisis. The whole bunch of them was in on all of that, just pushing those drugs that they knew were dangerous. I mean, the documents come out 10, 15 years into it, showing that they knew that those drugs was dangerous, and they hid the results of those tests, and they pushed them on the population anyway, and got everybody sick and addicted to them. Destroyed so many. I mean, so many people lost their lives, and if they didn't lose their lives, they lost their family and lost their daggone self respect and everything else. And I did. I went to prison over it. I lost my youngest. My husband died, killed himself. My fiance died of fentanyl overdose while I was in prison. My babies got ripped away from me because my doctor put me on medicine that I didn't need. For years, I was on those medicines. And then one day, he just cut me off just like that. And then when it's all said and done, the government and everybody acts like they're going to sue them in these class action lawsuits for billions of dollars, right? Well, and then so the public thinks, okay, justice got served and these people got compensated in some kind of way. But no, because you know what happened after that? The daggone the the courts let every one of these pharmaceutical companies file bankruptcy on the settlements that they were supposed to pay out, and then law firms tricked all the people out there by advertising saying that sign up for these class action lawsuits. When the class action was already over with, these were bankruptcy filings people were signing up for, and so it would be like say $700 million that the bankruptcy court had made like $1 billion go down to that much, and the lawyer gets half. So the lawyer gets half of the $700 million, and then 50,000 people split the rest. That ends up being about $500 a piece. So that's what I'm saying. It's all corrupt. The only people that ever got compensated was the lawyers and the pharmaceutical companies, and the government got humongous, hundreds of millions of dollars settlements too. But the people that actually suffered, people that lost their kids, and then if that ain't bad enough, it's just it's a claims process. You go to the website of the trust, you fill out a claims form, and you submit your documents saying you got this opioid, and then they will award your claim. That's it. But what happened to me and so many other people is these law firms advertise it as a class action lawsuit. So you sign a contract with them because they tell you they're going to go represent you and fight for justice for you to get the compensation you deserve and all this shit. When all they're doing is putting themselves in as a middleman in these processes. Because after everything we went through, these fucking greedy ass lawyers look at us and see a payday and trick us into daggone signing away 50% of our daggone $100 or $1,000 that we was going to get, and they get half of it for doing absolutely nothing but inserting themselves in a claims process where you just go on the website, click through things, and mash submit. That's all it is. And when I found out that's what the lawyer had done to me and other people in our thing, I told him he'd keep every damn bit of it. If he wanted that money that bad, he'd keep every bit of it. They could choke on that fucking money. Offer people a damn $500 after what we went through. All I could think about was the mamas that got tricked by these people, thinking that they were going to get compensated. They lost their child, and these people, these lawyers are so fucking rude, bro. They disgust me. I mean, I'm done with them. I really am. I'm done with all of them. They better hope they don't come across my path trying to play these fucking silly ass gaslighting games and bullshit for me. I'm telling you, they got it right one. All right, let me watch this video. I'm sorry. Yeah. Exactly. Anytime they come up with a cure, they get a cure, and you know what they do? You can find the documents where the government or the pharmaceutical company buys the daggone patent for it and then locks it away where nobody can access it. There's so many cures and, um, technologies that would actually benefit somebody. They've done that. Just greedy. That ought to be illegal. Even if people had tendencies to be greedy like that, the people in charge ought not to do. I mean, God dang, everybody. The only people that's decent in the world is poor people, I think. Certainly not anybody in power. As soon as you get somebody in power that's decent, they get daggone assassinated or get pushed out like Marjorie Taylor Greene or it's a needle in a haystack. I'm telling you, I get mad now. I've always been daggone argumentative and been a feisty person, but I'm just serious. It is so gross. It bothers me bad that I don't know, since the Epstein file stuff started coming out, and I actually forced myself to pay attention to it because my mom is like, she tries to tell me, Diddy, you can't let yourself worry about stuff like that. And I was like, well, can you worry about it at all? Because she don't care about it at all. My feeling is, if these kids can suffer through it, then the least I can do is fucking watch it. You know, I feel like I owe them that. I feel like I would be, I don't know, like I'd be selling my soul to turn and look the other way. And so it keeps me up at night, right? I'm like constantly furious at these motherfucking people. And our government fucking covered it up. And they still covering it up and fucking talking shit about the people that are actually trying to do something, say something about it or care about it. Making fun of us. Y'all still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Trump calling people fucking names. What the fuck are you doing, you fucking clown? They're all a bunch of clowns. We surrounded by fucking clowns. And we need to do something about it because I'm a Christian, and so I know what the Bible says about it. We gonna drink the cup of these motherfuckers if we don't fucking stand against them. We can co-sign their bullshit, or we can stand up against them, but God's gonna lump us right in with their judgment. We're gonna be Sodom and Gomorrah all over again, and it's coming too. It's coming too. Don't doubt it. There's gonna be hell to pay for what's been going on in this country and what Christianity's turned into. And not even what Christianity's is just been infiltrated by a bunch of Zionists and greedy, whatever you want to call these pastors, that's just deceiving their whole entire congregations, and it's just sad. It's sad. It breaks my heart. Am I a redhead? Sometimes. Sometimes I am that picture up there. But I like my hair that color. That's my favorite color of my hair, I think. I've always liked it when I got it that color. But no, I'm natural. I got dark black hair. Not black, but like dark brown. I ain't paying no attention. Have y'all seen any Bigfoots in this video? I ain't paying a bit of attention to it. I think I had it paused for like 30 minutes a while ago while I was going on my opioid rant. That's why I can't have a daggone YouTube channel. I'm terrible at this shit. I'm literally the worst YouTuber on the face of the planet. Serious. Charles is better than I am. And he don't even do nothing but get on there and get drunk. Just kidding, Charles. You know I love you, buddy. I'm serious. I do love Charles. Oh, yeah, yeah. Look, there's something right there. Hold on, let me pause this. Somebody is peeking around this tree right here. I feel like that's what that is. I thought that's an eye, and that's an eye. And I think it's leaning around this cypress knee possibly, or either this is a whole body right here. So let's see what that is. You know, almost looks like the profile, and that's a big giant nose, but no, I don't think so. That's a creature back there behind those bushes back there. That's further behind that tree than it looks. And there's one right there. He's got his back up against that thing, I think. And we just can barely see him peeking around it. I see that. You can see a lot of those. They'll be like, they'll be facing away from you but you can see just the edges of their profile sticking out around the side of the tree. Unless they lean out and look. 'Cause they got their back turned to you. There's one right there. I think right here. Let me see if I can back it up. I don't remember which button backs it up. Let me try this one. No, it's supposed to though. No, that was speed. I'm the best. The best wood. Let's see. I hear you. Let's see. I really. Hello. Hold on now. Damn, somebody right there. I can't tell. But, I think that might be one right there. Standing sideways. I don't know. It could just be a tree too. Might be a tree. Here we go. There they are. There's one right there. There's his head. There's his leg. He's leaning from behind that tree, I think. Or either. No, there's a Bigfoot right there, too. Right there. That's hair. There's one right there. That's her thigh and her leg. She's got her hand up here. And her nappy, hairy face. And then a youngin or something right there. And then there's one right here with a little thumbs up sign, and it's on the face right there. See, look how long that fucking leg is right here. That back leg. What if we don't get a shot of her foot? Let's see. they go? They got away. Don't do that, Dee. Sorry. Oh. At Robbie's, I've seen them some here, but there are lots of them at Robbie's. They're little tiny Bigfoots. They're like the size of like 3 inches tall. Or some of them might be like 12 or 11 inches tall, but they look exactly like big Bigfoots. But they're the size of leaves. And I got several of 'em, several like close up videos of a couple of them. I gotta figure out which one of these buttons they're gonna rewind to. Ay, ay, ay. Get hungry and get me some cereal. I wonder how long this video is. I'm gonna have to escape to go check it out, I guess. Where's the escape button? Let's see. I didn't know any of that. Is the moment? No. Where is it? Oh, okay. I'm over that swamp. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, let me put it back on that setting because I want to zoom in on it. Ew. Why did it do that? Bro, do not do that if I try to mash play. Is it going to let me mash play? There it goes. And there's one right there in the water. Could be. It looks like a big, pointy-headed, broad-shouldered thing. I don't know. That could be just cypress thing right now. Hmm. Look at that motherfucker. Hold on. I knew that's what that was. Let me go out of here and I'm gonna show y'all something. That some bitch just shot me a bird. All these Bigfoots down here, that sounds crazy, don't it? But it's the truth. They always shoot me a bird. I remember the first time I ever filmed one, and it looked like it was shooting me a bird, and I was like, "I know this fucking Bigfoot is not shooting me a bird, bruh." And I was just fixing to say, "There's a Bigfoot on the backside of this tree right here." Remember a while ago when I said they lean their back up against it, and you can see the edges of their bodies, and like when they're just like side eyeing you from the side of it. And I seen his hand was laying right beside him, and then watch what happens. What he does. You back it up just a little bit further so you can look right there. And imagine if a human being was backed up against a wall or something. See his face right here? I don't think I can zoom anymore. There's his little face right there, half of his face. Now watch. Is it gonna play? Look for his hand to shoot me a bird right here. Hold on. Where did it go? Where did it go? Right here. I don't want to miss it. See? Told you. He's shooting me a bird. Now, how does a Bigfoot know about shooting birds? Please tell me. Like, please tell me how they know about shooting birds or what it even is. Let me take a screenshot of this because nobody ever believes me when I tell them that these things be shooting birds at me. Where is it? See? Look at this little cypress knee family right here. And there's another cypress knee family. They coming to meet in the middle right now. I want to take people camping down here. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see you. Back leg and nappy head. Because this road that goes back here is being washed out like really bad. You couldn't get through it, but they filled it in. I guess the county came out and filled it in. I went back there when I filmed this the other day, and oh, I seen something. Whenever I used to when my youngest was little, I used to take them down there and we camped for weeks at a time. And so when we went back there, the cabin where we used to camp at is still cleared out and everything. Like the picnic tables and stuff is gone, but it's way back in it's like in the middle of a swamp, and then there's just this clear flat area. It would be a really good place to like take people on Bigfoot camping trips. I was thinking about doing that because I really need some kind of income, alternative income source, or whatever I'm trying to say. Let's see if I seen something down here that looked like a little, a nice little something, some kind of little creature, a goblin of some sort. See, oh, see that right there? Oh, there it was. That's what I seen. Okay, dang it, I just barely touched it. All right, let me see something really quickly. I'm just a sneeze. Oh my gosh. Hey, hey, hey. All right, do that. All right, let's see. Let's stalk it when I see it again. Where was it? What I'm looking for is I seen one in the gap. I think it was down here somewhere when I start passing by these trees, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to see if I can see it again. Hmm, I don't know. It's, I think you know like the trees, how the what's the I don't know northern rings where the trees like what are they called ants where they're alive. I think the ants might be a real thing. Like I think this might be alive like a cypress knee, and it's holding some flowers or something. It's hanging some weeds. It has a little tiny nose, but it has a stump head. Like sometimes I think I wonder like if trees are really alive or something like people and they walk around and they got bodies and all that stuff. But while we can't see it with our eyes, though, sometimes I wonder what's going on because I got a jawbone up there on top of that dresser. It's about a little over 3 feet long, and it's made out of it's cypress wood. I mean, it's driftwood. And I have looked and searched the internet, and I have talked to people. Nobody can explain to me how it is what it is because it is literally a bottom jaw, like if it was a fossil. But there, I don't. Nobody knows a process that makes something look like driftwood. This is 100% driftwood. It's a driftwood and it's a lower jaw, and I can't figure out how it got like that until it dawned on me one day. Duh, because it's an ant or something. It's a tree man. That's the only way I can explain it. If it belonged to a tree man, I was trying to figure out some way it belonged to like somebody with flesh and blood or a creature like that we know about. How it instead of turning into like a rock fossil, it turned into something that looks like this for like a whole year straight. I boggled my mind, and then one day I was like, "Duh, that's probably the best explanation for it." But I don't know. I really don't know. But I got it up there. I want to try to sell it to somebody, like some Lord of the Rings fan or something. 'Cause I don't need it. I already broke the end of it off on accident when I was moving. It's got teeth and everything in it. Um, I don't know. I've showed it to y'all before. I've showed it on the channel before, but it's not like it looks like it. It is it. I'm telling you, I'm an anatomy expert. I got credentials to prove it, and it's 100%. That's what it is. I'm gonna have to get off of here. Maybe it's gonna last much longer. I'm gonna finish it because I don't want to do it halfway and have to start over on the next video. So I'm just gonna finish it out, I guess. And I'm going to speed it up. I know that. Oh, that's too fast. That's a waste of time doing that. Oh, yes. I'm ready to go start working on my house. So that's supposed to be the end of it right there. So I'm fixing to, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Let me escape and see. Oh, no, it ain't either. It's right here. Well, I might have been driving past somebody and I was trying to hide the camera or something. Maybe I was just switching sides of the road. I love that swamp. It's so pretty. Because I like how it's like you driving on the road. On the road, you're up high, and then you look on both sides of the road, you look down into the swamp, and it's just like a terrarium or something. And or like when you go to the aquarium or something, and you're looking down into those things. those habitats. That's what it looks like to me. And it's so nice weather down there. It's no matter if it's hot in summer or whatever, it feels amazing. Like it's the cool. It's like you're in inside a refrigerator in there inside that swamp. Only thing bad about it is bugs, mosquitoes, and whatever. Gotta have mosquito spray, but yeah, you gotta have lots of mosquito spray, lots and lots. But it's like like literally like you're sitting inside of a cooler at the grocery store or something. I have talked to Dee from I don't know how long ago you posted that. It says 8:33, about 5 minutes ago. I have talked to her. I've talked to her a couple of times. She's brave, isn't she? That girl right there now, she's the bravest person I ever seen in my life. Or like she's fucking brave. I don't even know what to say about it. Like it boggles my mind. I have to turn off of her show sometimes because I get so scared. Like my nerves get so worked up. I'm just like, please leave, just please leave, leave. Stop standing there with that thing peeking around that tree at you. Like, girl, by yourself in the damn deep forest. Like it's like I don't know. Like she ain't got the common sense to think. All right, now keep pushing your luck. You bound to come across one of these not so friendly one day, and you're never gonna be seen again. Like, but I understand that she's just like I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. Whenever you expose yourself to something so many times that it doesn't scare you anymore. That's what you're supposed to do when you're trying to face your fears. That's what she is like. She just says she gets scared still in the woods, but not like she should. Not like she should. Not like she's too used to it. Now she's so used to it that she can't even defend her own damn like she can't make rational choices about her safety. Like get the hell out of the woods, bro. How many times you got about get drug off by a golem or something before you take it seriously? How many times do they got to climb on the roof of your house? And when they climbing on the roof of her house and she's scared and they in her yard at 2 o'clock in the morning, her damn window's open. You see that? How she does that? You think I'd have my window open in my trailer while there's a something 800 pounds stomping around on my roof? You're so scared, close the window. That'd be the first thing I did. You wouldn't have to nobody wouldn't have to suggest it to me. I'd have those windows screwed shut before I ever went to bed. I'm telling you, my ass don't go out the front porch after dark. I have to get somebody. I'll damn say that if I come home after dark and I can't get somebody to come outside and get me, I'll sit in the car all night long and cry till somebody comes and gets me out the car. It's ridiculous. I get so freaking mad when I can't. Like I'll call my daughter and she won't answer the phone. And I'm stuck in the car for 45 minutes. I'll just be bawling, crying. I'll be so mad. I can't stand being scared of the daggone Bigfoots. I'm scared the damn thing gonna get me. I am. Before I knew they existed, though, I'd walk through that swamp right there every night if it would gave me a shortcut to where I wanted to go. 'Cause I'd walk everywhere. I love walking, and I was never afraid of the dark. I was never afraid of nothing. I didn't think because my mom and them always told me there wasn't nothing to be afraid of, and I believed them like an idiot. And I believed them. Yeah, they forgot to tell me that it was werewolves. And fucking 10 foot tall werewolves hiding around every corner. Yeah, I seen it. I seen you meant talking the most recent one when she was with that boy and one picked her up and tried to drag her off into those high weeds and stuff and let her go. And then I seen one night the first time something tried to drag her off that I saw. It looked like I don't know, like one of those white skin things or something like some kind of mutant person, like a golem is what it looked like to me. And, it came up behind her while she was talking to the camera, and when you so on that one, you actually got to see it grab her and snatch her back and she just went, and then it let her go, and you saw it crawl off. Then she went got in the car, and it was just climbing all over her Jeep, just like boom, 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 but she was scared to death inside that Jeep, curled up in the damn floorboard crying. Yeah, and then next damn day she's out there again. And then after that thing tried to take her off, snatch her, and she said she wasn't gonna go back by herself. It wasn't a daggone day or two. She was by herself, back at the same spot again. And I'm just like, girl. And then she filmed that one. What do you call the a rake? That rake. Um, in that field, she kept going out there by herself, and she filmed that rake clear as day, crawling, peeking around that corn and stuff. Going right back out there by herself. I don't know. I'm more scared of a rake than I am of Bigfoot. That looks. I don't know what the hell that is, bro. That's straight from the. I don't know. Straight from the laboratories at. I don't know where the aliens are in. Where is that in Texas or something? New Mexico. Dolce. Yeah, I don't know what those pasty things are, but that is the scariest looking shit I ever seen. Because you know what I'd worry? Could you imagine what if somebody took your mama's eggs, your daddy's sperm or something, or your mama's egg, and mixed you with a dog in a lab and then released you out into the wild, and now you walking around with a human brain looking like a friggin' dog on 2 feet. Can you imagine how fucked up in your mind you would be? Like, I would be pissed, bruh. I would be, I'd be, you talking about, I'd be like Cujo or something, if y'all old enough to know what that movie is. That has got to be the most god awful feeling to have somebody have tampered like with genetics and mixed creatures like that. And like, I don't know what these creatures must go through, but it is so messed up. Yeah, she's nuts. She's brave, isn't she? She is fearless, dude. She is fearless. I'd want to have her on my team. I know that. That's definitely one. That's definitely one right there. Because you see how close it's getting closer and closer and closer to me. That's what. Watch. If you don't think it's one, let me see. Escape. All right, stop. Stop, 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 stop. Let me back it up and see how far away that thing was when it first comes on the camera, and then it just gets closer and closer and closer. I'm not driving towards it. I'm driving past it, so I don't know why I would be getting closer. So look, there's this fat. Look at this dude right here. Hold on, I want to look at this with this thing and zoom in on him. Where'd he go? And they always got to be blurry. I guess some Bigfoots are blurry. Oh, I know. All right, let me go back to what I was doing now. All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm getting hungry as hell. This puppy's fixing to wake up. I got the baby, a puppy, a cute little puppy too. He's so sweet and he's so smart. But she made him mean as cat shit. And and when he wakes up, he's gonna start trying to bite somebody. Trying to bite. All he does is try to bite y'all all the time. But she always tries to fight him. You couldn't make her stop trying to fight him and roughing him up. So now all he does is wants to fight. Everything he sees, he's like, I'm like, son. And the baby, she bites the baby. The baby starts crying. She's so dramatic. She says, Abby, Abby. She says, Albie, Albie, Albie. That's it, Albie. Told you to leave him alone. Now look what you did. Now he's mean. He's vicious. His little tiny teeth. He tries to eat her ass up. All right, where's that thing at that I was talking about? Right here. But it's gonna keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming through there. Come out on this other side, get a little closer. I want to pause it and zoom in on it. I'm fixing to too. Let me back up. I just want to see what close on it. Let's see. That'll be a good shot of it if it stays in the same spot. Just don't know if it stays in the same spot. Let's see. Is this a stump or is this a stump man? Or is it a monster dragging a stump trying to throw somebody off? Let's see. I don't know. It'll show back up in a second. Uh-uh. Yeah, I know. It's just it's amazing though that pretty much I'm of the mind that all the stuff from like fairy tales and stuff. I know that well. We've seen a couple of these things that are from supposed to be from fairy tales that turned out to be real. So I don't see why every stinking one of the things that are supposed to be from fairy tales couldn't be real. That's what I think. Let me get out of here again because I've just seen something else weird. I love doing this. Sorry if y'all don't like this, but I do. All right, now where's that thing I just saw? That's not it because that's where that other thing was. Okay, let me just go from there then. All right, where are you? Will you quit scratching that thing over there, son? I'm fixing to come over there and get you. Please. Just hold on. And I got like 2 more minutes and then I'm going to go cook us some breakfast. Quit doing that. Quit making that noise. You get on my nerves. Hold on. I'm going to have to get off here. That dog is about to get on my damn nerves. It's very demanding. I don't know where it went to. I must have it zoomed in or something. That's why. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I see that now. Right here, I'm going to zoom in now. And my microphone's still on here. Have y'all, if anybody's still here, have y'all seen that, what is that dude's channel called? I wish I could, what's that? I say it every 3 minutes, I know. What was that? How do I get out of here? Every time I forget how to get out of here, too. Alright, let's back it up a little bit. Okay, and slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Oh, did I mess it up? I did. Okay. Now let easy. Well, now it's not gonna work. Alright, fine, just go like that. I don't care. Harry Man Road, talking about that he went and saw that, I don't know, that private showing of the 100% proof of all these conspirators in the, Patty film, admitting that it was fake, and that he saw the suit, and he said it was 100% an exact match for the Patty suit. Well, if it was 100% exact match for the Patty suit, then it would look real as hell, and you wouldn't be saying that it was fake, right? Because I don't know if the thumbnail that he's made for some of those videos or whatever, if he's clipping that stupid suit from whatever that cigarette man guy, whatever his name was. You know that blue faced thing that he claimed that he made that he was supposedly wore when he was faking being Patty. That suit don't look a damn thing like Patty. So I don't know if he was just using that for because he don't have a photo of the one in the movie that he's claiming he saw. But I'm like, he would have had to, if that's the case, he would have had to see that somebody in the Patty suit, because he said he saw them rehearsing, all of them, like Bob Gimlin and Patterson and these other people, and the person in the Patty suit rehearsing before is what the footage was supposed to be. So in order for him to know that it was fake, he would have had to see that person in the Patty suit, and he would have to see him like take the head off and talk to one another, like in and out of costume, and watch them change out the costume. That's the only way he'd have to know. I think he's making shit up. I think he's full of shit. And I mean, I hate calling anybody a liar, but I've seen the Patty film. Patty is not a, she's not a costume. She's 100% not a costume. There's no way. So I don't know what he's seen that was able to convince him. But all I can think is he don't have a very high threshold for evidence. Is all I can make of it. He's gullible, or either he's ill intentioned and he's just a hater because you just can't, like I say, unless you seen somebody in the Patty suit and it look like Patty does in the movie, and then watch that person take that suit off right in front of camera. That would be constitute proof. And I don't see that happening. I don't believe that's what he saw in that video. Um, I think it is. I think it's the Rupus Nigra. The I think it's where the heavenly Jerusalem is, where it comes down. That's what I think it is. Because also there's also in that same area, if you look on old maps, there is a island right there, and it's called Terra de Jesu, and that's translates into the land of Jesus. And so I don't know what y'all think, but I think that like well, I've told y'all I'm a Christian, but I think like everybody's waiting on Jesus to come back, and there's supposed to be this 2,000 year gap in the last 7 days of the prophecy in Daniel. But that doesn't make any sense. I think that Jesus came back when he said he was going to in the lifetime of the apostles. He told all those people that he's preached to every day that he was going to return while some of them was still alive. And I think he did. And I think Armageddon happened in like 70 AD. And I think Jesus reigned for 1,000 years on earth with the saints. And that's what we call the Dark Ages now, or the all the daggone evil people that took over whenever, because it says Satan will be bound for 1,000 years while Jesus reigned, and then Satan will be loose for a little season. And y'all might have seen those little season videos. People like looking into that theory, but it's a good theory and it makes sense. It makes so much sense, and it has so much evidence supporting it. But I like it because it lets the Bible finally speak for itself, and we can stop making excuses for people who try to criticize Christianity because they call Jesus a liar, because they know what the Bible says. They know what Jesus says, and know what he told those people. And Christianity has to twist it and jump through hoops to try to fit in a 2,000-year gap in there called the church age. There ain't no church age. Those are literal churches. Those were real life churches that those people were writing to. And there ain't no other prophecies that do that. They don't take 2,000-year pauses. They stay right on time like clockwork. So I don't know why that one would be any different. So that's what I think. And so it says, and then there's a channel that called a man named Jason Jack who's been exploring it. And so he is, there's these books called hagiographies, and the hagiography is a, it's like basically a biography, but it's written by a saint of the church. And they're in the Vatican Library, and you can't read them. They're all banned. All these books are banned by the Catholic Church. But I think that it was like the Jesuits or whoever the bad people of the Catholic Church was that ain't really good intention anymore. But these books, you can't read them, but scholars are allowed to go into the Vatican Library and use it for research. And then their books, they have a lot of books where they've got excerpts out of those books and read them. And all this dude is like, he's done like 10 videos that are hours long, just reading through other people's books that have researched the Vatican Library. And all these, there's books on top of books from saints of the church who say that Christ was here, and it was like for 1,000 years. And they talk about it, and they talk about all the different like miracles that were being performed and how things were. And it talked about the 1,000 years about the end and how they had to travel to the north to the heavenly Jerusalem, and that the heavenly Jerusalem was going to disappear and reappear at a certain time, and only that certain people with a pure heart would be able to see it when it came back. But I think that's why they're trying to build us up for this alien invasion that they are, and then then they have everybody now thinking that aliens are demons, right? I think that those vehicles that because they're in all the paintings too, all those old paintings from the church age. I mean, like yeah, like the early church. They all have like those UFOs in them, like paintings of Mary and Jesus. They have UFOs in them. I think that those were like the heavenly vehicles or something. And so I think that's why they want us to think that it's an alien invasion, and they've been building us up for that for a long time, because it says that that at the at the end of Satan's little season, when it says he comes back for a little while to deceive everybody, to deceive the whole earth into surrounding the camp of saints and attacking God. And so I think they're going to do that by trying to make us think that those vehicles are an alien invasion when really it's Jesus Christ in the heavenly Jerusalem. And that's what I think, because they're not going to convince the whole nation of the whole world that it's Christian to attack God. They're going to have to trick us into thinking that it's something that it's not, and that's what they've been doing this whole alien thing for this whole time, trying to make us. And so what they've done is they've created these fake UFOs, and they've kidnapped people and done all these things to them to have everybody thinking that the things in those ships are bad guys when it's not. I think that's like the government, like the deep state or whatever, has been doing that like a psyop on everybody. So you have the real ones that go hover over the nuclear plants or the nuclear silos and turn off all the missiles and stuff. If y'all have ever heard those reports, I think those were like the saints or whatever in their vehicles, and they would shut down those nuclear plants. But then that don't make sense with the other ones that come and kidnap people and do experiments on them. I think that's a psyop. I think the government's been doing that because the government's evil. Clearly, they eat babies and do god awful things to kids. and they're not even trying to hide it anymore. They fucking gave us the fucking documents. They gave us the proof, the videos, and they don't even try to hide it. And they just flat out ain't going to investigate it. And they're just like wondering what we're going to do about it. It don't look like we're going to do nothing about it. I don't understand why one black guy could get killed in LA and they burn down the whole city, but we can get video evidence of little tiny children being raped and beaten by adults in our government, and not one protest takes place. Not one. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does it mean that we have not damn stormed the White House and drug these people out of that damn Senate building by the hair of their heads? What does that mean? Because that's what should be taking place. And I'll probably end up being locked up pretty soon for that, saying stuff like that. But it's the truth. Like, what's going on? Why? Like, I try to like talk to my community on Facebook and stuff about like us meeting in person, so we don't have to talk on lines where we can be monitored. Because we need to decide what we're going to do. We cannot just sit here like we're complicit with this shit. I'm not complicit with it. They can't have my kids. Can you imagine all these families? Hundreds of thousands of kids get missing from in the U.S. every year. Hundreds of thousands. And these families have been holding out hope that their kids are okay. No, your government has had your kids the whole time, and they've been trapped. They've been keeping them in cages and using them for sex toys and murdering them for satanic sacrifices. That's what all these people know. They have been holding out hope that their kids are okay, that are missing. No, they're not okay. They're not okay. And now they know. I feel so bad for those families, don't y'all? I can't stand it, bro. I literally can't. I know why I like that dude when he came back, that soldier that set himself on fire that time in protest. I know why he did it now. Because he saw some shit that he couldn't live with. But he didn't know what to do. But anywho, y'all turn your notifications on for the channel. Because like I said, after I eat, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna try my little this white Starlink mini backpack I got. And I'm gonna try to do a live in that swamp. So we'll see how it goes. Might just be me and you and hey Les. It might be us three. And Soundwave, hey buddy. I haven't been reading any of these. I just been sitting here talking because I usually ain't got nobody to talk to but the dogs. All right, I love y'all. All right, y'all a little bit.